Hello, my family. Hey, my money bosses. We are live tonight. We are in our Lipstick and Legacies Facebook group. We're streaming live on YouTube and we're streaming live um, on LinkedIn for our Wednesday wind down. And I am so excited about it. We have a special guest tonight, but let me do a few housekeeping items that I want to share with you. We want to first make sure that you know that it is so exciting. I just want to give me just a moment, y'all. I want to make sure that I get our group and I'm looking and making sure that you are here. I see everybody that's jumping on, and this is going to be a great thing. So, we're going to have a special guest that's going to come on tonight. And the way that this is going to work is that she will be coming on and teaching us about business credit. And I'm so excited about this opportunity. What I would love for you to do is, because we're streaming, type any questions and comments. This is only from the Facebook group that you may have. Type those in the comments, and I will be able to share those with her after her presentation. Now, the important thing, when you come to Wednesday wind downs, remember you need to have your favorite glass of whatever you like. And it's just time to wind down. But while we're winding down, we are getting empowered. And I want you to stay to the end, because at the end of the presentation and our guests, we will have a free giveaway. So stay to the end so that your name could be put into the raffle for a free giveaway just for staying with us. So, how many of you are super excited to learn about business credit tonight? I am so excited to have you. Um, Again, we do our Wednesday wind downs every second Wednesday of the month. This month, we did it the third Wednesday because last week was Valentine's Day, and I did not want anybody to have to make a decision between whether or not they were going to come to our Wednesday wind down versus whether or not they were going to go out with a Valentine's. So it is super exciting to have you. Um, I am getting ready to bring forth our guest speaker. So let me pull up her bio so I can share a little bit about her with us. We will have tonight speaking with us Mrs. Aleisha Davis, also known as Zan Marie. She is a colorist, natural hair specialist, business coach, and owner of XM Studios, salons, and event space in Hazelwood, Missouri, here based in the St. Louis, Missouri area. And she has become a go to person to help people with business credit. So, not only is this something that she coaches businesses about, but she is also someone who implements this information in her own life, in her own business. So, without further ado, I am going to bring Miss Aleisha Davis to the stage. Hello, Aleisha. How are you today? Awesome. You're muted, so we don't hear you yet. And our people know you as, if they're looking you up on Facebook, they know you as Zan Marie. So tell us how are you today? I was telling the people I've already gave your intro. You didn't hear it because you were backstage, but they are all ready for you. So tell us how you are today and how you want to proceed.
I'm doing well today. I could hear you
Okay.
backstage, but so I heard the intro.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So I am going to turn it over to you. Do you need me to do anything? Do you need me to warm people up? What do you need from me?
Um, no, I can just
Oh,
start. Like I said, I can't see anything, but you said I wouldn't be able to see
okay.
anyway.
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that people see your presentation and we see your presentation. And I'm going to exit the stage. And when you're ready for me to come back up, you just tell me, come on, Deletria, I'm turning the stage over to you. Have fun.
Okay. So hi everyone. My name is Aleisha Davis. The leacher did an awesome intro. If you are looking me up on social media, my name on Facebook is Sam Marie. I also have a XM Studios page for my salon and event space. And on Instagram, I am Sam Marie Official. So I'm just gonna get into it. My husband and I used to coach and teach classes and help people with their personal and business credit. Now I kind of just really coach beauty professionals one on one with business credit. So I wanted to do a brief presentation just to kind of get the basics because sometimes business credit can be a little confusing. I get a lot of the same questions sometimes. So hopefully this clears up any um, maybe myths that you've heard or things that you may or may not have been confused about. So we're just gonna get into it. And I'm a slide person. I don't have like a ton of slides, but it helps me stay on track and not just ramble. Okay. So, first and foremost, when it comes to, and if you hear my little one in the back, I apologize. When it comes to business credit, you want to make sure, first of all, that your business is credible. So, business being credible, meaning your business is actually registered with the state. You actually have a business structure separate from yourself. So, that could be, an LLC, an LP, a partnership. You want to have a business address separate from, if you do have a home-based business, you might want to get a virtual address because business your business address or whatever you list as your business address is public information and can be found by anyone. So you don't really want to put your home address on there. Your business should have a name, whatever name that is registered. EIN, which is like your business's social security number, you can get it from the IRS for free. Business phone number, so separate from your personal phone. You should have a business website and you should have a business email address. So a domain address. I know a lot of people use Gmail. And I mean it's I think it's okay, but eventually I think you should get, whatever your business name is .com. So, you know, um tamikascookies.com or info@tamikascookies.com. And a business banking account. So your business really, really, really is not official until you have a business banking account. So having all this information, you should have no problem starting a business bank account. And next, I just want to cover the three big business credit reporting agencies. So, there are quite a few, but the main three are Dun and Bradstreet, Equifax Small Business, and Experian Business. So these are all the main agencies that will be reported information about your business. The best way to keep track of all of these or all of these three reports or follow, the progress or look for any mistakes would be to sign up for an account through nav.com. So, a paid membership with NAV can provide you with all three of these, or you can have a membership or subscribe to each of these individually to keep track of the reporting. Four types of business credit. This is where I see a lot of the confusion can come in for some people. So, four types of business credit. One second. The first is business vendor credit. So, business vendor credit, or maybe you may have heard the term net 30s are vendor accounts. So they're vendor accounts or trade credit, or a vendor where you get items from and they give you 30 days, 60 days, sometimes 90 days to pay them back. And you will build credit history based on these terms. Vendor credit or net 30s, the lending decision is typically based on your paydex score. Paydex score is given by Dun and Bradstreet. It's just a score that represents how likely it is that your business will pay its vendors and its creditors back. So, not really difficult to get. Typically, the easiest to get, but you're not going to get any money. It's typically items, goods, services, shirts, and I'll go through some examples on the next slide. The next one is fintech lending. So, fintech lending is a little different than traditional bank lending. So, some examples of fintech lending would be if you've ever heard of Divvy, Brex, Torpago, Ramp, they provide you with accounts and they're typically due every 30 days. So they'll give you like a set line of credit. It may be $10,000, it may be 5,000, but you typically have to pay it back every 30 days, kind of like a charge card. So it helps businesses kind of manage the cash flow and expenses. The lending decision is typically based on the business's cash flow or the business's revenue. So they don't look at, typically your personal credit, not really your business credit, but more so your bank account. Third is traditional bank lending. So traditional bank lending would be any kind of standing bank or physical bank. Bank of America, you got Chase, Navy Federal, US Bank, even little smaller credit unions. Any bank that offers business credit cards or business loans or business lines of credit. In this case, the lending decision is heavily based on your personal FICO score and your credit profile. So that is where, when you're looking for money for your business through a traditional bank, they are going to want to pull your personal credit. The only way around that with a traditional bank um, would be, for example, if your business was making a significant amount of revenue. So for American Express, in order to get like an American Express corporate card, your business has to be making like $2 million a year. And it has to be for at least maybe the past 3 years or something like that. But if not, they're going to want to see your personal credit. Um, Fourth type is merchant credit. So if you have a merchant account like Square or Stripe, or sometimes you might have a merchant account through your bank or through some other company that processes payments for you, customer payments, they can offer you loans and they can offer you lines of credit that will be paid back through transactions. So PayPal, for example, or Square also will offer you a loan, and they might say, okay, 12% of each transaction is what will be taken to pay this loan back. So they'll give you money up front, you pay it back per transaction. That's a merchant credit cash advance. So going back to the net 30 accounts, I personally have built, mm, let me see. I personally have built, because it's been a few businesses, business credit, I want to say maybe $300,000 in credit. And I'm just guessing because Between personal and business, I know that me and my husband have gotten about $700,000 in credit. I only have one net 30 account, and that is this Quick Trip Fleet Master. So it's due every 30 days. And the reason that I only have one net 30 account is because gas is something that everybody is pretty much going to use unless you have, an electric vehicle, you got a Tesla or something. But if you don't, gas is something that you're going to use. I could not find any other net 30 accounts that I would be using on a regular basis to actually build that credit. Usually I would have to make up something to buy in order to keep something reporting. So gas to me was like just a no-brainer. I recommend it to every business. If you're going to use gas, a business gas card is like you kind of should apply. The Quick Trip Fleet Master is due every 30 days. And you can have additional cards for like employees or contractors or anybody that you want to use this card, and it will all be on a spreadsheet at the end of the month. So some other examples of net 30 accounts: Home Depot, IKEA, Amazon, Business T-shirt Club. They make T-shirts, custom T-shirts. And the CEO Creative, they provide like goods and services for different businesses that you might need. I do not recommend opening any net 30 accounts that are not beneficial for your business. So if I really don't shop at Home Depot, it's not going to really benefit you to open that card. So that's why I recommended the gas card. Find something that I'm going to use this every month, or I need this for my business every month if you're going to do a net 30 account. So the truth about business credit, and these are just 3 solid points that I want you to kind of leave with. Good personal credit will unlock more for you on the business funding side than a business credit score. So I've seen a lot of people focus on a paydex score or their business credit score being some number. But in reality, the things that you probably really want is money. You really want money for your business. You really don't want toilet paper and toothpaste and vacuum cleaners and all this other stuff. People really want money. So outside of, like grants or an SBA loan, you want the money. Good personal credit history, especially if you have good personal credit card history, can open so many doors for you when it comes to business funding. Business credit is not a substitute for poor personal credit. You cannot just have poor personal credit and think, oh, well, I could just, build this business credit up on this side and I'll be okay. No. If you do have poor personal credit and you want to build business credit, it's best for you to fix the personal credit. You can build credit on more than one business at a time, and you can have as many businesses as you want. So, if you have 3 businesses, you can pretty much go to a bank, Bank of America, Navy Federal, and I have done this, and you can apply for a business credit card for each business and get it. As long as your credibility supports that and supports that, you can pay it back. So you can build credit on multiple businesses at the same time. Talking about personal credit really briefly, ideally, These are the data points that you want on your personal credit. Ideally, this is not like just a must have, but just ideally. If you want to unlock the funding on the business side, this is what your personal credit data points should look like. Payment history, 100%. No late payments, no missed payments. Your credit card utilization should be under 10%. So, reporting under 10%, the sweet spot is between 1 and 6%. That's ideally, that's what gets you the most points when it comes to credit card utilization. You want at least 5 positive accounts reporting. 10 is really ideal, but at least 5 accounts reporting, open or closed. Your credit age, at least 4 years. You want your credit age, meaning the amount of credit, the amount of time that you've had credit, to be at least 4 years. Each new account that you open will lower the age. So there is a strategy when it comes to building credit. There's a certain strategy to keep from um, getting denied, or applying for things at the wrong time and stuff like that. Derogatory items, collections, bankruptcies, judgments, zero. You don't want that stuff on your credit, and they're probably not going to approve you with that, on with derogatory items on your credit. Hard inquiries, 3 max across each. So going back into the strategy that I was talking about. So let's say that I have a business and I need, or I want $30,000, or I want $30,000 in credit for this business. So I could either go to 3 banks and get it, go to, one bank if they will lend me that much and get it. But let's say that I have to go to 3 banks to get the money that I need. You're going to want to know what credit bureau, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, that they pull from, because you don't want to apply to 3 banks that all pull TransUnion. So it's important to kind of know that information before you apply. Anything that you want to know, I would even go to the bank or call and just ask, because if you can avoid a denial, you want to at all costs. You want to be able to avoid a denial. Avoiding a denial will help you kind of, know where you need to go. And I always recommend starting wherever you bank. So wherever you decided to open that business bank account, start with them when it comes to looking for business credit or looking for business funding. You should start with the bank that you bank with, but you don't necessarily have to bank at a bank to apply for credit with them. Sometimes you do. Most credit unions, you have to at least be a member to get anything from them, but it's as easy as just, signing up. And I think that might be all. Yep, that is all. So,
Me.
Delete, you can come on. I'm turning.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was amazing. I have
Thank
so
you.
many questions.
You do.
I don't know if they all are, a lot of them are my personal questions, but if you are still watching us from Facebook, just drop your questions in the comments, or your comments in the comments, and we will monitor them and make sure that they get answered. So I don't know where to start, but one of the things that I had to write a quote down is, you said business credit is not a substitute for poor personal credit. So it all starts, the foundation of building business credit starts with your personal credit. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say it's your personal credit is even more important.
Okay.
because personal credit is kind of what you need for life. You know what I mean? It affects so many things. It affects
Yeah.
your insurance rates, it affects where you live, it affects what you drive. So that's just kind of number one anyway. But when it comes to starting a business and you know, digging into business credit, good personal credit will put you in a much better position to get more, you know, more security. It provides more for you to be able to stand on when it comes to, you know, starting your business and opening your business, especially when what you want is funding.
Right. Awesome. So what would you recommend being the first step in establishing business credit? We know personal credit. We got to get our personal credit in order. After we have our personal credit in order, what would you recommend being the next step?
um I would say it depends on the business and what you want. So when we talked about those net 30 accounts, some people feel more
Mhm.
comfortable with net 30 accounts. So if there's a net 30 vendor um, that offers something that your business needs, I would recommend applying for that
Okay.
net 30 account as your next step. But if
Okay.
you know what, I really need more capital to run this business. So I could really use and I'm a little biased to to credit cards versus loans because you can use it over and over. Because you can get so many business credit cards at zero interest for 18 months. You know, so I'm just a little biased when it comes to credit cards. And if you need to turn that credit card, you know, into cash or you need to use it as cash, you can do that as well. So
Awesome. Yeah.
based on the goals of the business owner, I would say either that net 30 account that you can use or going straight for a business credit card.
Awesome. And that led me to my next question. I wrote down, what should we look for when seeking a business credit card?
There are so many.
Yeah. And we get bombarded. Once we
There's
get
so
in
many.
business, we get bombarded with all of these applications. We don't know what's a good one and what's not. What should we do?
So this too, I think, is based on the business. And the reason I say that is because you have rewards cards, you have travel cards, you have cash back cards, you have gas cards, you have cards that you get more for eating out, you know. So I love American Express Platinum card.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't really travel, it's not a good card for you. So I would definitely read, you know, like what does this card offer? Some
Yes.
cards are simply just lower interest. You know, it might be zero interest for a period of time, and then it offers lower interest, no benefits. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're like, this is really what I need because I plan to carry a balance on this business card, then you would go for that. That
Mm-hmm.
might help you more than a card that gives you rewards back for something that you're, you know, not gonna do or rarely gonna do. One good recommendation that I do have is Capital on Tap.
Okay.
Capital on Tap, the reason I recommend it, they're based in the UK. They will lend you up to $50,000 and it's not a hard pull on your credit. So they will look at your credit. They will do a soft pull on your credit to tell you if you're approved or not, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't get a hard inquiry from it. So I always recommend anytime you can avoid a denial or avoid a hard inquiry, if you could do a pre-approval, I recommend those first.
This is awesome. Um, Let me see. Do I have any more questions or anything that I saw in the comments? Um, I love the other gem that you gave us. Build credit on multiple businesses at the same time. Who would have thought about doing that? You just use the different tax ID numbers for the different businesses. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Hmm.
that's great. Awesome. So thank you so much. This was such great information. Thank you for taking your time with us. I will definitely be going back and watching the replay, which will stay in the Lipstick and Legacies Women Financial Empowerment Group. Thank you so much for lending your expertise to us. It was a pleasure to have you with us this evening. Thank you to our audience who tuned in. It was such a pleasure. I hope that this was a great Wednesday wind down for you. I hope you got some great information and you have some action items to take and start implementing in your business. Thank you so much, Mrs. Davis, for being with us. And I wish you all many blessings and much prosperity. Until next month, have a blessed one.
Thank you.